Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Last Clouded video. My name is DK, and today we're going to be going over the newest unit dropping for the DMC collab, and that will be Vergil. He will be dropping later on Friday morning. This will be a two-part DMC collab. We'll be featuring one unit for part one, which will be Vergil, and then part two will be the DMC for Nero. They have not provided the details on Nero just yet. We have just gotten the information for Vergil, so we'll kind of jump into the video. We'll decide whether we should or should not pull for this unit, and we'll go from there. Enjoy.
There's no time for doubt. I know what must be done. I shall surpass Sparta. Scum! Out of my way. Fly! I'll cut you in two! Ashes to ashes.
All right, so with this said, we do have Vergil dropping. We're gonna go ahead and do our usual thing where we take a look at the hit count. This will be a single wield user, so we won't be judging it based on dual wield. There's no reason you should be using dual wield for this unit. Will be strictly single wield only. So we have 8 hits on his S1, looking really good. A distance S2, as you can see, he's standing pretty far away throwing his sword. So I want to know what kind of line of sight that's going to be. We'll do more testing on that when it arrives. And then we have his gap closer S3. Very, very nice. Also S4, very similar to what we had on the recent collab where it's a CG, kind of happens slowly, then it switches. But there is one great thing they did. We do have a sprite of his devil form, which is very, very nice. And then we have the slash and then back to the devil form. Very, very nice. And it looks very flashy. I'm very impressed with the way they did this time around. So very nice. We do have Vergil's traits. Now, we're going to dive really, pretty deep in this. We had a discussion about, I know a lot of us were hyped when we first saw him. I still am. I'm excited for the unit. I will be pulling for him. But there is some things that I wanted to discuss so that everybody is aware, especially new players that are coming into the game, because this game, these collabs do tend to draw in a lot of newer players, especially DMC fans. So for Vergil traits, number 1, we have when only one weapon is equipped. Like I said, he is going to be a single wield user, non-attribute damage plus 30% and a damage cap plus 3k. Now this is going to be flat. It's right at battle start. It is going to be there. It is not going anywhere. Here we get to the little nitty-gritty stuff. So we have after special technique, we have a give SDT buff. So this will only be applied whenever you use a special, his S4. And it will remove the doppelganger buff. That is a little confusing when you see the doppelganger and it doesn't really give you a description of what it is because it is part of his active abilities, and we will get to that here shortly. SDT buff active. So we're just going to go ahead and call that special buff because that's what it does. When only one weapon is equipped, your non-attribute damage does go to 30%, and then you do get a 10k increase when using a skill. 10k increase, period. Here's a really cool part. So when using a skill, can't be interrupted by most attacks. He does have super armor built into him, very similar to the way Shift Roland was, and a couple other units. I believe Baran has it too. So he will have super armor, will not be interrupted by most attacks. Very nice. This is something that should have been on Dante. It wasn't. I feel like if it's what he needs to make him at least pretty good. Dante has a lot of extended attacks but can be interrupted very easily, so Dante needs super armor. So as soon as we get super armor as a teachable skill, Dante will be good again. Just fingers crossed on that. So he will not have that issue. So they did upgrade him from the Dante variant, so very, very good. Adis, awesome job on that. For trait 2, we do have boost non-attribute damage / damage cap per hit to enemy. So at max 30 hits, you will get a max damage of 50% and a damage cap of plus 10k, and then it resets each wave. Whenever attacked though, you will the cut affects by 4 hits. So getting attacked will lower that 10k cap. So that's a big downfall. I don't know if it's going to allow you to, whenever it drops to 0, will it allow you to rebuild it back up, as it does says reset each wave. It doesn't say one-time usage. I don't know. It could be a little gimmicky. We won't know until it fully drops and we do some more research on it. It's a very simple test. We will know when it drops. No big deal. Right now, it's kind of a hit or miss, depending on how it's written out. But I'm sure someone in the comments will correct me, as maybe somebody data mined it or they kind of understand it a little bit more. But it's just from what I'm reading in the simple text. Resets each wave. I don't know if it can come back. I hope it does. Moving on to the next part, we have the skills, rapid slash, we have frontal, medium, area, slashing, breakthrough, combo attack. Oh my god, what a mouthful. Then we have skill 2, medium area, long range combo attack around the target. As you can see, he does have that nice little distance, throws his boomerang sword, really cool. And then we also have rising star, instantly close the gap for a wide area combo attack. Awesome. Very, very good. Special judgment, cut end. As you can see, nothing too crazy going on with the S4. Not a big deal. No, normally we'll see like this crazy 100,000 damage cap. Nothing happening here. Just hits all enemies, ends it. Dunzo. All right, moving on to his Vergil skills. Now, this is, for me, a lot of controversy around this. There's a lot of misses. There's a lot of misses in this kit, but there's also a lot of wins. We will go over everything. And of course, at the end of the video, we will do a judgment on whether to pull or not to pull. For the first one, we do have Doppelganger. As we discussed early in trait 1, when you use your special ability, you will lose Doppelganger. What Doppelganger is you will use all your MP unit, you will use all the MP that your unit has, and you will gain the Doppelganger buff. This will double your skill hit count, so basically acts like a dual wield effect. It does say buff, there is no, but the timer, so it does say buff, it doesn't say continuous, it doesn't say continuing incapacitation, it just says buff. So therefore that tells me that it could only be 40 seconds, which would make a lot of sense considering how busted it could be. He's already hitting in the high 60s, high 70s, maybe even 80s, and then you're doubling the hit counts with this. So I could see a lot of this being used at final boss wave. So what's really cool and what I would like to see a lot of is that when people are playing multiplayer and Vergil's going to be that hot character that everybody wants to use. All 4 Vergils launch their doppelgangers at once and nuke Bahamut. That is going to be a sight to see and really fun to do. So there are some very, very big pluses with Doppelganger. I like it. The only problem with the downfall with this one that I see is that it's only usable once per quest. Not a big deal. Make sure you only use it on boss wave and nothing else. And everything else kind of works accordingly in this kit with non-boss enemies. We'll go to that in a second. Make sure that you do not use your special while Doppelganger is active, as you will lose Doppelganger. So be careful on what you use. Don't get too crazy on pushing the buttons, guys. So the next thing we have is who will die first? Until a unit defeats an enemy, physical attack damage plus 20%. I'm over that. Yeah, cool. Nothing really happening there. Cool. Until a unit defeats an enemy. All right. We'll take it, right? So boss wave, that's going to be great. You get an extra 20%. He's not going to have a problem capping, guys. So that 20% is just kind of there. When an unworthy opponent, damage to non-boss enemies plus 20%, damage cap plus 6k, damage from non-boss enemy minus 20. All right, so there are some positives and there are some downfalls. Positives to this is that you'll be able to clear waves a lot easier. You get 20% more damage, you get 6k cap along with several other caps that you have, and then you get minus 20%. I don't see non-boss enemies doing any damage to you anyway, so that minus 20% isn't really that crazy. I do see it benefiting Arena though, because Arena is not considered boss. So that is going to help out dramatically on that one, along with who will die first. This will help out in Arena before the first kill. So, nice. There is some little Arena effects in here. The next thing we have is Yamato. We have Battle Start, give SCR plus 25% and 25% buff. So it looks like it's going to be kind of like a Brave effect icon. So you won't be able to really use anything else other than that, unless you want to buff it or override it, whatnot. Unless it's its own icon, then cool. Then it would be separate, but I don't see that being the case. But that's not the biggest downfall, and we're going to get to it shortly. Continues until incapacitation. Very, very nice, because he does not come with auto brave, so that kind of acts like an auto brave. So very well thought out on that one. SDT buff, which is the special boost, special buff. When only one weapon is equipped, your physical attack damage is plus 30%, which is very nice, and then your damage cap plus 10k. Really cool. It is the name of it is the paid weapon that's available in the cred shop whenever you do pull the unit. And if you want to do this paid weapon, that is what the paid weapon is called, and that is a sword that he uses. So ideally, that's what you want to see, right? So this is where the controversy comes in for me, and I'm just kind of like, I don't like this. I'm gonna be real with you. I do not like this. So next thing we have is Beowulf. So when physically attacking, enemy defense -20. Fantastic. I love that. And deal damage. Special buff active when only one equipment is a claw. Skill damage is plus 50% and damage cap plus 20k. Why on earth is this primary weapon not the 20k? What I think should have happened here is that Yamato should have had a enemy debuff -20, right? It should have had the one weapon equipped, fine. Physical attack plus 50 and damage cap plus 20k. For Beowulf, I think this should have been a crit effect, because if you look at the bottom here, he does have crit built into his kit. So why in the hell are we doubling the damage on claw when he doesn't even use a claw? His claw is not even a primary weapon. So they're making you choose which one you want to use, claw or sword, which really weird because his paid weapon, which a lot of people will probably grab, is a sword. So that's telling me, so if you really want to get the max effect of damage out of this character, you have to use a claw and not his paid weapon, right? That's a huge miss to me, guys. I feel like to be more effective, this Beowulf should have been on top, and the Yamato should have been on the bottom and should have been changed completely to crit. So I would have done when physically attacking, crit plus something, deal damage, I don't know, something with crit, and then, or it could have been the defense, the -20 defense, or minus M&D. I don't know. It could have been anything else. Let's put it that way. And then when claws equipped, a crit plus 10, damage cap plus 10k, or something like that. In the pursuits would have kind of filled in on that remaining damage. I don't know. I'm just thinking outside the box here a little bit. I don't like how the conditions here are just so severe on how you want to play this character. They're just kind of forcing you to use something you don't want to use if you want the maximum damage cap out of this unit. So guys, what do you think of that? Drop in the comments below. I would really like to hear people's input on that. As for me, I do not like it at all. I think it's horrendous. We're gonna move on again to close mega boost. We have close equipped defense and M&D plus 10%, physical damage taken -10, and physical attack damage plus 10. It's really, really good. But then we go down to the bottom here again, and we have armor HP plus. He doesn't wear armor, guys. Why is armor equipped? Why? No. That should not be there. Scratch that. Change that to something else, please. Like, if there's time. You're not going to run armor in this guy. You're not. Like, I mean, maybe you will defensively for, like, arena or something, but, I mean, I don't know. I guess you could run the armor. That's fine. He doesn't have any armor boosts, so I don't see really any benefit to either one. They're just giving you the option. So, okay. I guess there is kind of a light at the end of the tunnel for that one, I guess. Again, just so many different conditionals flying around everywhere. I don't like it. On his skills, we have attack up max, fighting spirit 4, heroism 3, crit 3. Really good. As you can see, moving down, we have proud 4s, aim vitals, a lot of crit stuff, and then auto crit. So only attaching crit 1 and 2 is necessary to do a pursuit build, which is very cheap and very nice. We also have auto haste, Ardor, max HP, another crit percentage up. So again, all the crit is on here but crit 2 and 3. And then maybe a couple other things that we have that will help you out. But the pursuit build is going to be very, very easy to obtain. We have illusion, pose of glory, double impact. Why, oh why did they put double impact on here? It's such an old, outdated skill. It shouldn't be in Vergil's kit at all. He's too good for it. There's no reason to have double impact. Focus will, bless speed, quick trigger. Favorite sword is going to give him 10k on one weapon equipped. Doppelhander, again, they're making us choose. Doppelhander is sword, 5k increase, and then we have two-handed claw, which is a 5k increase with the claw. We have non-attribute attack raise, which I believe is 30%, and then non-attribute attack raise 3, which is, I believe, 30% with a 2k cap. So additional 2k cap on that. Non-attribute crit raise, there is an issue I have with that, but we'll move on to that here shortly. Giant killing 2, great, 2k cap and 30% to bosses, which is going to be very nice because this is where he's going to shine. He is going to shine in arena. He might shine in arena. His defense isn't looking very good. It looks like he's going to get nuked pretty hard on defense. So he might just be that really strong hitter. We also have instant strike and download spirit, which is very, very nice, and then decoy for a little bit of revive effect. So overall, his kit is very confusing. There are some great things. Doppelganger is phenomenal. I cannot wait to use it. The Yamato and Beowulf is just, ugh, I don't like it. I don't like being told what to use on my units, and being, I guess, crippled by what you decide to use. This is just my opinion. Again, guys, in the comments below, tell me what you guys think. Moving on to the arc, we have duel at the Ali Kulipa. I can't say that, guys. We'll just say Hoth. For arc trait, we have boost physical attack damage based on how much HP is left, 25%. Fire and non-attribute special damage plus 40%. That's kind of nice, not too bad. Physical attack special damage cap plus 50k. But here's the problem. Again, another condition to enemies with the same type as the unit. Not a fan of that. Just not. Why couldn't it just be physical attack and special damage cap 15k flat? Get rid of the enemies. There's no need. You're making something that doesn't need to be there. You know what I mean? You're crippling your arcs. You really are. Don't do that. Don't do that. We'll be a lot happier if that isn't there. The next thing we're gonna have is Fate, which is looks like it's gonna be unique. We have physical attack damage plus 50%, and again with this enemies with the same type as the unit. I don't like it. I don't. We have auto speed, non-attack, non-attribute, critical raise. A lot of the attribute users already have crit raise on them. Very few don't have it. So I don't see you really using this. And then we have critical skill charge 3 and attack up. Why do we have attack up max here? It's on so many arcs. Like, this needs to go. Critical does not need to be on here either. Honestly, skill charge 3 don't need it either. Like, if you go back and look at Mobile Office and Urizen, you'll notice that like 3 out of the 5 skills, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe 6. So like 4 or 3 out of the 6 skills are all unique to the game, and they're labeled to the game. Like, you have Purple Orb, phone booth, and I think you have oh gosh, what's the other one? There's something else on there, and then I think there's like B shield, like stuff that's actually useful. And then on the Risen, you have something power. You know, there's just really unique stuff on there. Here we have stuff that already exists in the game, and they just gave it to us on an LR. It should not be on here. This should be filled with unique stuff from the game. Just my opinion. Tell me what you guys think. But there is a huge positive to this arc, and it's the reason why I want it. We have the Dark Knight Sparta sword. Look at that thing, it's gorgeous. It's going to be a +6, or sorry, rarity 6 type sword, slightly boost physical damage based on INT, very similar to, I believe, Science Flag. Slightly boost, I think it's either 5 or 10%, something like that. I can't remember the percentage. But we have an SCR plus 170 and an INT plus 123. Very good. It's a very good Arc Ether reward. It's going to benefit you in a lot of areas. So, you know, really solid. Pulling for this arc just for that weapon is definitely nice. I'm not going to say this is not a must in any way, shape, or form, but if you are a lore hungry LC player and you want everything DMC, then this arc is for you. There's a lot to it, mostly the weapon. They did not show us Nera's arc or Nero's sprite. They did show us the sprite, but they didn't show any gameplay, so we're only going to be able to see this arc and the Vergil as of right now. The next thing we do have is going to be, I believe that's it for all the information. Yeah, that's it for all the information. So as far as what the unit's going to be providing, the next thing we can actually talk about is, and I believe I have it stamped here, is 39. We're going to go ahead and talk about the weapons. Now, again, with the weapons, we do have Yamato as his paid. So as you can see, Collab Credential 1 trading space, Collab Credential 2 trading space. This will be part 1 trading space for Vergil, and this will be the part 2 trading space for Nero. On top of here, you will have the obtainable stuff through the event, which is very nice. I'm really excited to see if these make it to alchemy to make them stronger. But again, going down to the credentials, so these are all paid below here for the Yamato and Vergil's coat. The only thing that can really save that silly ass skill is if some crazy reason that weapon has some kind of claw built into it. I don't know, I've never seen it before, but I just, or the coat has something similar to it. So if you run the sword and the coat, it acts as both claw and sword, so you can choose which one you want to do in battle. That could save those skill types or those conditions. So hopefully that's what we see. We won't know what they do until the game or the collab starts Friday morning. We don't know anything about Nero's coat. We also do see that he does have a coat and boots, so the boots will be accessory, which means he could be a single wield user, or I really don't know what he's gonna be, honestly. I couldn't even tell you. I want to say he might be dual wield, single wield. I don't know. We're just going to have to find out. Surprise. But he is looking to be really good. His sprite looks phenomenal. I'm actually a little more excited for Nero than Vergil at this moment. We shall see. He'll be part 2. We'll see him in a couple weeks. Moving on to the right side over here with the legendary Devil Hunter. We have all these returning weapons from the previous collab. Red Queen, Cavalier, Ebony, and Ivory, all fantastic weapons, guys. Make sure you grab these. William Blake's poems, that's a must-have. Do not pass up, guys, please. I'm telling you right now, please do not pass up on any of these available items. Make sure you get them all during this collab. Below this, though, we have the Crimson Ore trading space for the Redux units. We have Nero's coat, Dante's coat, and V's coat. Now, we also do have Godforge happening with everything in here, supposedly. V's cane, if you were to get one weapon out of the Redux and you already have V and you don't have V's cane over here on the right hand side by Kimiko's head, you need that 100%. That, I don't know, okay, you don't need it, but that cane is busted, and if they do a Godforge, it could be even better than it was before. When it first launched, it was an easy decision. I didn't even blink on it. I instantly bought it. It is so good for V. Very good if you don't have melee. V is very good at casting elements. That's just, trust me, guys. The Dante sword is mediocre, 1k cap, I think. It could be a little bit bigger with the Godforge. Blue Rose, I think it's like 1500 of Thunder, something like that. You know, not a lot happening with it, but the Godforge could change these weapons, so we'll wait for that update. The next thing we can talk about here is going to be the return of the collab promo. Now, guys, this is going to be there's going to be a lot of stuff happening here. This is going to be 100% the best time to grind anything. We have soul spots for your arcs if you're still lacking in arcs. We have fewer souls spent. We have more friend points. We have deluxe friend gacha for all types of items. We have ability gates open, including rainbow again. Guys, this will be the great time to start getting ready for the builds on your units that you're going to be pulling, because they are giving us a free ticket for a Redux unit. So you can pick between a Nero, V, or Dante, or you can grab the mobile office or the Urizen arc. You'll have the choice of getting one out of the 5 options. Personally, I would probably go with mobile office if you don't already have it. If you have mobile office, there's no ifs, ands, and buts. V is the guy you want to grab. If you are missing someone, I know a lot of people are missing Nero, grab whatever you're missing. But the 2 top picks in this arc are going to be mobile office and V. Hands down. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. The next thing we do have is Grand Ability Gate. Again, more and more clusters and clusters and crystallites and all that jazz. We have Special Training Gate, Special Skill, Study Dungeon, Gear, Upgrade Field, and then Soul Accumulation. We have the Super one, which is going to give us 50 a day. Make sure you guys do that daily, especially if you're trying to get these new units. You definitely don't want to be left behind on that. The next thing is going to be the training field. We have all these units are going to most likely be available to boost. So this is how you're going to level up your units to 100 very quickly. Make sure that you stay on top of your training field and you knock these out daily, as they are very, very, very good. The last thing we could talk about just real quick on the is the, what is it called? The LC Pass, guys. LC Pass is finally here. We will be getting the LC Pass, and it looks really good. I'm gonna shoot maybe between $9.99 on the LC Pass. That's what I would assume. Maybe I don't see a lot happening. You get some soul spots, maybe increased souls, treasure chests. I mean, it could have, you know, gold pieces, rainbow potions. Who knows? It might be like really, really cool though. We're finally going live September 30th. I can't wait to see this. But guys, that is actually all I have for you guys today. I wish you everyone the best of luck on pulling for the unit that you want the most. Make sure you use your ticket wisely. If you don't know, please ask somebody in my Discord, or ask me personally. Send me a message or drop in the comments below, and I can answer it pretty quickly if you're stuck on who to choose. There are other discords available that you could check out if you're already in them. Make sure you guys ask if you don't know what to grab. I will be doing a video probably on the ticket just to kind of help people out on the decisions and why I think it's a great idea to do what you do. But yeah, again, side tangent there. Have a great night and good luck to everybody on the polls in the next couple days, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.